Okay, so this is Quideo number 7, and for this Quideo, they want us to figure out whether there is a association between an age group and whether or not a person consumes 5 or more servings of fruit and vegetables. So for this, I figured I used phantoms. I'm not sure if you actually have to use it because of the test that you use, but I decided to make sure I did it anyways. For P, my parameter of interest is whether or not adults consume 5 or more servings of fruit and vegetables a day, and that's by age group, and it's in America. And H was my hypothesis, and for the null, that is consumption of fruit and vegetables is independent of the age groups in America, and the alternative is that it is not independent. And for A, for this type of test, all you really have to do is assume whether or not it's an S or S, and you just do. And then also, all expected are greater than 1, and at least 80% have to be greater than 5, but for this, all of them obviously are. But, like, say for a t-test, you have to times it by 10 and see if that is the population and make sure it's greater than 40, which you don't have to do for this test, but I decided to do that anyway. The name of the test is chi-squared test of independence, and for t, this is the formula, and for degrees of freedom, it is rows minus 1 times columns minus 1, which for that would be 3 minus 1 times 2 minus 1, and that gets you 2. And I found all the expected values by multiplying that by that and doing that for each one. And for the formula, you gotta plug them all into the calculator. And for O, that gave me a P of 0.011, which led me to my conclusion that since P equals 0.011 is smaller than alpha equals 0.1 or 0.05, we should reject the null and instead conclude that there is an association between age group and consumption of fruit and vegetables in America. Older people are more likely to eat fruit and vegetables than middle-aged people, and for that I found the ratios, and it is 35% for old, 31% for young, and 30% for middle age, which you didn't have to do that part, but it helped prove the point more easily. And yeah, that's it for this video.